peace, and safety. Pacification installations are active and tracking at this station. Have you checked your bay number? Check again. Unauthorized landing may trigger a lethal response. Blocking the docking bay access corridor is not permitted. This starport will not allow such intolerable behavior. Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay.
Hello and welcome to Moonshot Voyages. I am Commander Kadif, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday afternoon if you're on the West Coast in the United States. If you're not, then I hope you're just having a wonderful day or evening or morning or night, wherever or whenever you may be. So today, as you can kind of tell, I'm parked at my fleet carrier. And I'm in a crate. It's either a Phantom or a Mark II. I actually can't remember. And I've decided that I'm going to make this my like short range exploration vehicle. So right now my fleet carrier is in orbit around a ringed gas giant. And in this ring are 2 tritium hotspots that I've been mining from to refuel my fleet carrier. And they're actually pretty good locations, so I may actually not only refuel it, but also stock up a little bit. I might be here for a little while. But in today's stream, I'm going to just kind of explore the area because I am in search of more tungsten. Now, why am I searching for tungsten? Well, one of the ways to mine some tritium, low temperature diamonds, is to mine subsurf deposits. And the issue I'm having is I use my cutter to mine, and the cutter has a huge cargo hold, and so I usually run out of subsurf missiles before I run out of space in my cargo hold. So you can synthesize more ammo for those, but it requires tungsten, which is pretty rare. So we're going to be looking for high metal content worlds to land on and drive around and see if we can't collect some tungsten. That and just kind of general exploration anyway. And of course, as soon as I start my stream, I suddenly have to use the restroom. That is hilarious. So I am going to put this on pause for a moment and go to the restroom, and then we will get going on trying to find some tungsten. So bear with me. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Thank you for your patience. While I'm out here, let me get some music going. This is from Carl Casey with White Bat Audio. And so that'll be this mix that we're listening to right now. And I will send a link to their channel. There we go. Just to kind of give them a little bit of a shout out there. And then we're gonna turn this to that. Okie dokie. So just to kind of remind everybody where we are, and to kind of remind myself where I am, we are gradually making our way. We were here, and now we're making our way to here, which is the Colonia area. It's a smaller bubble than the bubble where Earth is, but I'm doing that in preparation of the new fleet carrier update coming out, hopefully by the end of February. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know, but that's the thought. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. But we've got a little bit of time, so might as well stop and smell the flowers. I noticed this system that I'm in actually isn't bad. I've got this planet here. It's got a ton of nice hotspots, void opal, low temp diamonds, and tritium, which is all great. This one's a rocky one, which we're not going to really find a lot in there. I was hoping to mine maybe some painite, but we don't have any. However, this planet here, this is a metal-rich world, and it does not have any tungsten, but maybe, was it this one? Yeah, this one has a 1.2% of getting some tungsten, so we're going to head over there. I think that's the only planet in this system with tungsten. Because I think all these others are frozen planets. Oh, no, that one has tungsten, but it's way smaller. So yeah, we're gonna head over. We're gonna head over there, and see if we can't find some tungsten. And one of the reasons I switched to this ship just for the low, the short range exploration is when I do land, it's a lot easier to land this ship than it is a Conda. So, oh, but we are missing. I think we're missing my co-pilot. That's okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, we're gonna have to go around this ring.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly around the ring, between the ring and the planet. That should be safe, right? And once we get kind of far from this planet, we'll start to speed up quite a bit. So let me see. It probably won't, because I don't think it'll. Oh, yeah, maybe I guess it will. So we're looking for subsurf displacement munitions. It doesn't let me make them right now because I don't have a subsurf launcher. But at least we can see what we need. So I've only got 6 reloads available, which I'm not crazy about. So if I could get more tungsten, then we could have up to 100 reloads if I could max out my tungsten, which I'm not going to do today, I'm sure, but it'd be helpful just to have some of that in reserve, so if I'm in a good spot with a lot of subsurf deposits, I don't have to fly back to the carrier to refuel or reload, which isn't a huge deal, but just keep the momentum going. So this music's kind of nice. Kind of digging it. And I don't know if anybody noticed, but I did put a ship kit on here. So it's got a little bit more of a pointy nose, which is kind of neat. Yeah, I like some of the ship kits. So it added this kind of yellow extension out there to make it pointy. You know, this. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, the other elements here. Oops, not for subsurf. Yeah, there we go. The other elements here, nickel, carbon, and sulfur, are pretty common. Well, nickel not quite as much, but sulfur and carbon are like crazy common. And I can get a lot of those from minerals in the asteroids that I'm mining in the first place, through laser mining mostly. So I'll go ahead and map this world. Ooh, this world's pretty heavy. I'm glad I'm not bringing my Conda down here. Boy, this could be a little risky. 2.3 Earth masses. So I don't know if that means it's a 2.3 G planet. I'll have to check.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Yeah, this scanner is not as upgraded as the scanner on my Conda, but it should be good enough for basically everything we're doing. It just might take one or two more probes than normal. So hard to see where the back is. I'm just gonna do that. Come on, there we go. So we got 3 geological areas, which is cool, and they're all in the same spot. All right. This might be a cool place to check out. I'm excited. So actually, wait, before we do this, let's look and see how heavy this planet actually is. It's only 1.5 G, so it should be okay. So on this planet, you would weigh 50% more than what you weigh on Earth. So you could probably live here, you just get really tired faster.
Orbital flight engaged.
Glad I'm bringing a smaller ship. Some of these areas are so hard to land in because they're so mountainous. Some interesting formations down here. Too fast, too fast. Slow it down, slow it down. Okay. There's some vents over there already. Whoop. Gravity's doing most of the work here. Back up a little bit. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Unsafe temperatures. Gonna get out of this thing. We're getting a lot of signal sources here. That's fantastic. It's good news. Forget. I forget how to widen. I forget how to widen my I'll have to look in the options. I want to widen my scope of view on the radar. I forget how to do that. Oh boy. Okay. Don't freeze too much. Come on. Crystalline fragment. There we go. This might have some tungsten. Okay, so what I gotta do... That's being so picky. So we found nickel, and that looks like that's it. Just nickel. Go try this one. Iron. Okay. guess we'll look at the crystalline fragments and see what those do. I don't see where these crystalline fragments are. Maybe they're inside. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Let's see if we can shoot it with an actual gun. Okay, let's see if that helped at all. Whew. Boy, just being out there is already a quarter down on my health. Man. Zinc. We could use more zinc if we can grab it.
Cargo scope deployed.
This might get a little tricky. Got it. Cool. Oof. Man, this is a rough planet. Okay. So I'm going to send my ship away because we're probably going to be driving
Dismissed.
for a while. So, bye, ship. See ya. Be safe. And then let's go to controls, SRV. Don't need that. Let's see. Galaxy map. See, power to engines, cargo scoop, balance. Must be targeting. Huh. I don't know where it is. I mean, it might be in ship. I'm gonna play that. Maybe it's in general. Interface. Oh. Sensor zoom axis, I think. Oh. Page up and page down. I think that's probably it. But I'm wondering if I could just change that to brackets. Oh. Cancel that. Get rid of that. Yeah, guess I'll just leave it page up, page down. Cool. All right. There we go. That's what I wanted. Just kind of gives me a little more on the radar to look at. Did that just fall into... Okay, sulfur is too much. I have too much already. Ooh, outcrop. This might be handy. Carbon, carbon, yeah, and carbon. Let's make sure that that's all that's there. Selenium and chromium. We could use both of those. Let's see here. Cargo scoop.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Oh, we're already full on chromium. But not selenium. Sweet. So it's only one thing that comes out of... Yeah, okay. Let's continue. Find more outcrops. Purple Mountain's Majesty over there. There's a volcanic vent over there, I think. Magma. That's on the other side of that hill. Come on. Wow. Really? That's weird. Wow. It's almost like we're hitting an invisible wall, which I've never ran into and really dangerous. There we go. This seems safe. Like occasional ricochet. Boy, we're just having no luck with tungsten, are we? Might move on to another system pretty soon. I mean, I know sometimes this stuff takes patience. We don't need the tungsten that bad, so... If we could find more outcrops, that would be fantastic. Be safe driving into a lava vent. It's just a guess. I think that spawned inside. Yeah, okay. Alright, alright. We'll ignore that one. It's nice and flat over here. Be a good place to find outcrops. Or other vents. Alright, well, I'm gonna call the ship back.
Cargo scoop retracted. Ship recalled.
Calling the ship back. Okay, I think we're gonna go to a neighboring system and just start clearing out some of these stars and seeing what we have. So I'm gonna turn it to this mode, and we're just gonna do this. Looks like this has 3 stars, maybe just 2 stars.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright. Some rocky ice worlds and some rocky... Yeah. Just some rocky ice worlds, looks like.
System scan complete.
Okay. First of all, how far away are these? 16,000 light seconds. Okay, I don't see any tungsten, 0.9 tungsten. We gotta get it like 4% tungsten, like to really make it worth our while, I think. Yeah, this is all 0.9, which is higher than I thought it would be on Ice Worlds, but that's because of the 10% metal. So, yeah, let's just move on. Move on. We're a little picky because we don't really need it. You know, if we needed it, that'd be a different story. But it's just kind of a luxury at this point. And once I get to Colonia, I think I can just trade for it. I I think I can trade some of these other materials that I have for it.
Frameshift drive charging.
If there's a material trader, a raw material trader in Colonia. So I'm sure there is. It's a pretty happening place now.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Nothing
Fuel
here.
scooping complete.
Let's go down here.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete.
All the same. Okay, what is this? No organics, a little bit of tungsten, but not enough to go down. Yeah, 1.7% metal. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three,
Oh, I'm seeing stuff on here that I don't see very often. Yttrium is pretty rare. Antimony is pretty rare too. Am I right? Okay. Perhaps I'm thinking of alimony, not antimony. Same difference. Okay, I'm actually going to... I had to reset my graphics, so I feel like the aliasing is just insane today. So let me see if I can change that. I think I want FXAA. FX Super. Supers. Boom. Let's see if that just kills my kills my frame rate. Oh. Looks to have softened the aliasing a little bit. Not a ton, but definitely a little bit better than it was a second ago. I do think everything's slightly softer though, which could be just a byproduct of that. We'll see.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping.
17 bodies, that is promising.
Fuel scooping complete.
Might have some metal-rich bodies here. High metal content, that's good.
System scan complete.
System scan complete. Okay, got a lot to look at here. Tungsten 1.2. Not even on the list. Germanium was pretty high there. Tungsten's 0.9. did we say this one was? 1.2? This is gonna be just like the other planet we landed on, I bet. We'll go land there. Let's give it a quick once over. Why, hello, Space Cadet Jimmy 07 to you. We are doing a loop of shame real quick. But then after that, we're gonna land on this planet and look for tungsten. How are you doing today?
Surface scanned by 50%.
All right.
Surface scan complete.
Great, just getting engineering mats to finish fully engineering my Artemis suit. I thoroughly enjoyed. Oh well, thanks for watching. Have you watched all 3 of the episodes that have been aired so far, or just the first one? Or but thanks for watching, regardless. Yeah. There's going to be 13 episodes total, assuming ABC doesn't pull it, which I don't think they will. So, yeah, just every Tuesday for a couple more months. You have seen all 3. Cool. Yeah, my name is on the first one, and then they kind of changed the order of the next few episodes. So you've technically seen the pilot, episode 3 and 4. And I think episode 2 airs next week, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, in testing, they realized things were different. I was going to watch just one, but we liked it so much, we watched all 3. Oh man, that's when you know it can get addicting. We're hoping, I don't think this will ever happen, but we're hoping it's going to be similar to The Office. That might be like a lot of wishful thinking there. I mean, I love the show, but The Office is pretty epic. So. Yeah, man, upgrading the Artemis suit. I think I ended up just buying level 3. I found a level 3 somewhere, and I'm like, this is good enough for now. Because that's coming on TV though, right? Episodes getting jumped around because of focus group. Yeah, it's fairly common, so we weren't too surprised, but we did have to go back because episode 2 has a reference to the pilot, but it doesn't make sense if it's airing late, so much later. So we had to go back into episode 2 and change a couple of things just so it makes sense when it does air. So it was like, oh well. That happens too. Hopefully we didn't accidentally leave a Starbucks cup somewhere in the background, It's a Game of Thrones reference there.
Landing gear deployed.
Although it wouldn't be out of place to see a Starbucks cup at a school, so. Especially if my mom was a teacher. Really? I can't land here? Really? It's so flat. There we go. Had to move a few feet. Come on. I've been listening to the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or It's Always Sunny podcast, and they talked about how early on FX moved episodes around, and Frank ended up asking about who the waitress was a few episodes after banging her. That's kind of funny. Yeah, this stuff like that'll happen. That's hilarious, though. Who is she? Man, that's a show I haven't seen in a while. I liked the first few seasons, loved it when Danny DeVito was added. But then I haven't really watched a whole lot after season 4, I think. Just kind of moved on to other TV shows. Oh boy. We're fine. We're fine. This is fine. There we go. Ship departing. Fine, whatever. Don't want you here anyway. Hey, how's it going? Have you dove into the universe that is Elite yet? Have you had much chance to play? Dove? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a high dive. I feel like it's just my full-time job. Yeah. It's not a game. It's a lifestyle decision. I am trying to find tungsten, and no luck. No luck here. Are you enjoying it so far, or is it kind of like a brain twist? What a blast I've been having. I bought the HOTAS, configured my spare tablet as a command thingy, and I've been really saying, oh cool. On your tablet, are you using the glass? Oh, what's it called? I think it's just called Game Glass. Because I tried something with that and it was alright, but yeah, the glass. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm only using the free version. I think if I bought it, it would be a lot more useful. But I've only done the free version so far, but I'm kind of thinking about getting the voice packs and having like, oh man, like Brent Spiner or William Shatner do the voices. Yeah, I spent $6. Oof, boy, too rich for my blood. Nah, just kidding. I might do that, 'cause that might actually be worth it. So I'm seeing tons of signals here, but nothing's popping up on my radar. Whoops, oh boy. Oh. There we go. Whoop. Spin around. That's awesome. Well, I take it that you're enjoying it then, or at least really getting into it. As you said, you're having a blast. So, yeah, it's pretty great. You know, if you got Odyssey, they're still working on a lot of pieces of it, a lot of elements of it, but it just gets better every time. Every update, it gets better and better. Manganese? Yeah, sure, I'll pick some of that up. Why not? It's the first thing I've seen since we've been on this planet. What else we got out here? Oh, there it is, the coveted tungsten. We did it, guys. We had a 1.2% chance of finding tungsten, and I found it on the first rock. That's amazing. Yeah, it was wild yesterday. I accidentally left the Federation, and now I'm in deep space outside of the beginner area. And glad the fuel rats taught me about finding gas in governed galaxies. And the dotted lines for the plot route. Oh, yeah. That's good. I'm glad you found out about the fuel rats already. And you probably know about fuel scoops, too. I generally don't fly without one. In the bubble, you're usually pretty safe without a fuel scoop, but you never know. You could totally get stuck in some planet, stationless system. So, yeah, man, fuel scoops. And I think as long as you don't land, although you probably have, as long as you don't land outside of the beginner area, you can still go back. But as soon as you land, I think that's when they won't let you go back. But that's okay. I think you can probably just watch YouTube tutorials at this point anyway. Or ask people stuff. Like most of the streamers I've noticed are pretty cool about relaying their experience and information. Well, full on all that stuff. Commander Zegius YouTube tutorials. Yeah, he's good. I had suggested Down to Earth Astronomy the other day, but I think Exigeous is more tutorial oriented, and so you're probably going to get better information quicker with Exigeous. Down to Earth, he's great, but he tends to talk about like the more like lore and reasons why the game is the way it is. Whereas Exigeous gets right down to the nitty gritty, like this is where you gotta go, this is what you're looking for, kind of thing. And it's so dense. Like I've been playing it since 2014, 2015, somewhere in there, and I still haven't done most of the Guardian stuff. Like, or hardly any Thargoid stuff. I might be if you don't recognize those two words, then I will stop talking about it. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Cool. You will. You will. All right, more tungsten, guys. Man, we are going to be able to build all sorts of things out of tungsten soon. And when I say all sorts of things, I just mean refills on my subsurf missiles. Let's pick up some zinc and pick up some tin. Man, we're getting a lot of rare materials here. Antimony. Boy, this is a pretty good planet. Some more zinc. What is this? 10. We'll at least get stuff to trade for tungsten. Yeah. Chromium. I like picking up 2 to 3 pirate bounties and then going at them. I did kit out a Cobra with 40-ton storage for shipping stuff, but I've not found much large cargo missions. Yeah, you'll find it. Yeah, it just takes time. And the other thing is, which I didn't realize until years into playing the game, like, you may not even get offered those missions until you've built up a rapport with those factions. And so you have your main factions. You have the Empire, the Federation, and the Alliance. And the Alliance is pretty small, but then within that you have like local factions. So like each system will have a local faction, and so you can gain popularity with them. And when you go to get like your mission payout, yeah, like Space Cadet Jimmy just mentioned, you want to be allied with minor factions. And you can do that by earning reputation. So when you go for your payout, you can either have the full payout or you can choose a reputation as your payout. And depending on what you want to do, you know, you'll decide what you need. In the beginning, it's probably just best to go with money. I noticed on the payout, there's rep with 3 pluses. Yeah, those are high reps. And so if you're trying to gain reputation with that faction, then do those kind of missions or choose that payout. And then another thing you can look at in the future, there's ship unlocks for Federation and Empire. So you can do missions specifically for the Federation to unlock Fed ships and then Empire ships. And those, you know, those are just like your more powerful, getting close to the end game kind of ships. Not that there's really an end game, but it's after you're really familiar with the game, and you can do that, and you can do both. It doesn't matter. There's also I can show you real quick, galactic powers, and these are people that you can ally yourself with, and after you've done a certain amount of work for them, they offer special modules, weapons, such like that. Mostly weapons, I think. So right now I'm allied with my wife, Aisling Duval. Yeah, I was told to ally with someone who's not chosen one yet. It really doesn't matter in the beginning. But see, Aisling Duval, once you get once you're at rating 3, you unlock the prismatic shield generator. You know, and each different person has a different sort of module. So depending on what you want, the shields are good. one of the guys offers what are called Packhound missiles, which are just a whole bunch of dumb balls or dumb missiles that fly out like in a swarm. You can't pronounce your wife's name. No, I can't. You know, whatever. She married me for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of like early game stuff that you can do to kind of get yourself a leg up. But it sounds like you're doing great. I mean, you already bought a Cobra. Like, I mean, you're out of that Sidewinder pretty quick. Oh, jeez. What have I done? Oh, okay. Man, it took me forever to start. It's Ashling. Oh. What was I saying? Asling? Something? Oh. Okay, there's something else here. There it is. But I can't get it. Okay. Yeah, this is... this new fuel capacity on the Cobra is insane. I feel so much more comfortable jumping 8+ times in the Cobra. Yeah, well then once you throw on a fuel scoop, I mean, you'll never have to stop if you're careful enough. You can get into situations where you won't be able to find a fuelable, scoopable star, but that's rare. And if you're paying attention, it'll never happen. Don't go back in my VODs, by the way, because I was doing what's called the Neutron Highway, and I did run out of fuel doing that, and I felt really stupid. Ashling is an Irish name. Pronunciations are weird. Okay, yeah, see, it's the I. It's the I that screws me up. Because I'm American. I only know simple names like David and Buford. I don't know why that came to mind, but it did. So I found the only reason to keep the Scarab and not go to the Scorpion is the Scorpion doesn't have the mineral scanner on the front, which makes sense because it's a combat rig, but still. But it does still have a cargo scoop, which is nice. Just roll in here. And then, okay, I'm gonna murder your name again. Zulfikar. Eventually you'll get into engineers, which is also pretty fun. You'll have to, that gets kind of grindy though, because you'll have to get materials to do that, which is kind of what I'm doing now, actually, but I'm doing it for a different reason. But, then you can go to these engineers and take the modules that you have and make them better or give them, you know, higher stats in certain places. And there was a great third-party tool, actually. I should load it up real quick. It's called Inara, unless I'm pronouncing that wrong too, which is very possible. Oops. Let's see here. So yesterday, the fuel rat was telling me that's why I should gather the garbage that the ship I destroyed dropped. He mentioned something about engineers. Yeah. So a lot of those ships will drop materials that you could use later on for engineering, and it's nice because it kind of doesn't really take up space. It doesn't take up space in your cargo, and it's automatically transferred anytime you change ships, so you don't even really have to think about it anymore. But if you go to your number 4 panel here and go to inventory, it's all this kind of stuff, these materials. So these are raw materials here. This is kind of like what I'm... Oh, well, biotech's not raw. So these are, I think, are physical materials. These are analytical. Yeah, so you have physical materials, which could be like minerals, anything that you can pick up off the ground or from asteroids. And then you also have like basic conductors, biotech conductors, chemical processors. This is all like equipment that you can find, and this is what will be in the wreckage. And so you need these kind of things to take to the engineer to engineer your modules. The first one you're likely to unlock would be would probably be Farseer. Yeah, Felicity Farseer. Her specialization is frameshift drives, engines, and thrusters. If you get a long-range frameshift drive, you're gonna double. You're gonna go from 8 jumps per fuel tank to 16. You know, it's super handy. But these are all the engineers that I've unlocked, and I'm grade 5 with most of them. And then I've got invites to others. But yeah, you can see there's a whole bunch, and they all have different specializations, and each one can work on multiple things. Yeah, it can definitely get overwhelming. And Felicity's probably the easiest one because you learn about her through common knowledge, and then I think it's after you do like after you get 1,000 light years from your starting location, she'll show up, and you'll get like a little email about it. But another thing is a third-party tool. Well, she does all of her engineering at Ducat or whatever, but you'll get the email. You won't know she's there. You won't, because she's on a base down on the planet. You won't know where it is until you get the email. So yeah, once you get that, it'll show up as a little let me see here. She's down here. Oh, where's the... Well, anyway, these little round, like hexagonal shapes, these are engineer bases. So one of these will show up on your map suddenly. And they used to be a different color. They used to be purple. I'm kind of mad that they're the same color as these now. I still have not docked on any planets yet, only stationed in on a meteor. Yeah, man, the meteor bases are cool just because they're like bored into it. Yeah, so all your engineers are on planets. But yeah, these will start popping up every time you unlock an engineer. And I think you can also... they're also in here. They show up in here too. So if we wanted to go see Felicity, click that. Takes us over to Felicity, which I am 20,000 light years away from right now. Okay, now before I forget, so there is this awesome tool, it's third party, and you can sign up for it and link it to your Elite Dangerous, your Frontier account, and it's called Inra. I'm sorry, Inara. And let's see if it's showing up. Let's see. There it is. So what this is it has like all of my information about the game because it's hooked up. It's got all my ships in here. It's got my fleet carrier, tells me where it is, tells me how much money I have. But most importantly is you can click on engineers, you can see which ones you have unlocked. You can see what they do. And so like back to Felicity here, her specialty is in blue and everybody's specialty is in blue. But like let's say you're like, okay, I want to work on my frameshift drive. You can click on her and then go to the frameshift drive, and these are the different things. These are the different mods that she can do, and these are all the mods for the different modules. So you've got the interdictor, you've got your power plant, sensor, shield booster, and these are what she works on. And so like let's say you wanted to increase your range to your FSD, there's 5 grades for all the updates or all the mods. There's 5 grades, and this is great because it tells you what you need to do that. So I'm going to need 1 analytical disrupted wake echo, right? And if you have your Inara account hooked to your Frontier account, it'll upgrade and actually tell you what you actually have, what your account has, and it'll tell you if you have enough. And so like down here for grade 3, I don't have enough strange wake solutions, right? So I'll need to find more of that. So it's just super handy. And then it's like, well, what is this? And you can click on that and then it'll tell you what it is, how to get them, all this stuff. Even if you don't have your account linked, you can still get tons of information from it. But it's so fantastic to figure out what you need to do to actually do stuff. And you can also look up information about outfitting, and I think if you go to Galaxy, you can start looking for specific planets and like where to go to get specific modules and stuff. It's just fantastic. So I highly suggest getting an account. It's free. Register it. It's free. And then it just updates. Although I sometimes have to go in and do it on its own. See, I haven't been in a while, so I'll have to reattach it. But anyway, yeah, super handy. That's probably the best. And then there's Elite Dangerous Database, which is pretty good too. And then there's the Ship Builders, which is also really good. This I don't think you need an account for, but if you go, I think it's Coriolis.io, you can be like, okay, I want to get a Sidewinder, let's say. Where is it? There it is. And this is set up kind of like the Outfitter. And you can say, I want a 2-way shield generator and an auto field maintenance. And it'll tell you if you can actually handle that, and so then you can upgrade your power plants. You reviewed someone's build for the Cobra, they linked. Yeah. So yeah, it's fantastic. So many good third-party tools, which is both cool and dumb. It's like, why doesn't this exist in the game? How come I need a third-party tool to do some of this? But, oh well. I'm glad it's there. So, oops. Yeah, just you can really geek out with it. I love it. I'm hoping I can find a little more tungsten before we leave, but I'm really happy with this planet so far. considering I only had a 1.2% chance. Yeah, I actually think I am gonna go fix myself a water, so I too will be right back. BRB. Woot woot. Okay. And you're back. Welcome back. Oh, there we go. Getting something on the scanner now. Looks like there's two, maybe three, maybe more. Holy crap. This site is amazing. It's show my whole jump logs. Ooh, yeah. I don't know if it'll show all of them, but it'll show them for a certain amount of time. I wish I could go back and see everything. Maybe I can. Maybe I just wasn't connected to it when I first started. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll show all of them till the end of time, or if it's just for like a month or so. But yeah, it does show quite a bit of history, and it shows like where you've landed and everything. Well, I'm full on all this stuff. That doesn't help me at all. Nickel. Iron. Full on all this. Take it back. Yeah, I don't know if they've implemented it yet, though. I do kind of wish, and maybe they have, and I just haven't figured out how to use it, but I do kind of wish they had a fleet carrier location search, like where I can just like pick an area and be like, show me a fleet carrier within 1,000 light years from here or whatever, you know, because there was a time where my ship was very badly damaged out in the black, and I thought, oh, I need to get to a fleet carrier, and it was hard to find. It was hard to find one. I eventually did. There's a mode in the map settings where you can change it to look for fleet carriers, but no, for some reason it's really like you have to be zoomed in pretty far to a specific area for it to show up. Oh, we're okay. That's fine. That's fine. I was wondering about those. I have not landed or docked on one yet. What specialties does a fleet carrier offer that a regular starport doesn't? To an average pilot, nothing except that there's going to be a higher chance of finding one out in the black. Because if we go back to the map here, this area, and then a space station here is the only places with established starports. Now, there's going to be a few mega ships put in through here, I guess, on the way to Colonia, but everything else is devoid of places to land that have fuel. But fleet carriers are player-owned, and you can move them. So that's what I've been doing. I started here. Well, I started here, really, but I started here, and I'm starting to move my fleet carrier over here. And so what that does is it offers you a place to land elsewhere in the galaxy. You don't have to rely on being in the bubble. As far as services, there's not a whole lot different services that they can offer as opposed to a station, except they can sell illegal items on fleet carriers. And especially if you're outside the bubble, then there's really no issue with that at all. But, and depending on how I understand, I don't understand how this really is going to work, but yeah, you can sell illegal items to the carriers, and they can sell you illegal items. And I think some people will actually name their carriers whatever item it is, because there's certain things, like certain engineers, like the Dweller, you have to visit 5 black markets, and in order to do that, you have to have an illegal item to be able to sell to those black markets. So there's fleet carriers that are just loaded with illegal stuff for people to buy so that they can accomplish certain goals. But yeah, it's got a hidden from the police vault on there. And so they could have it in systems where it's technically illegal, but it's on their private fleet carrier. So, but yeah, that's the only real advantage. The advantage to the player owning one, like me, I have one. So it's kind of like I can move my entire base of operations with me. And it comes with 25,000 tons of storage. So I can store 40 ships on it and 25,000 tons of whatever. So my fleet carrier has tons of stuff that I'm mining, and it also has a few of my ships. So so that's pretty nice. It just gives you your own personal space station. Yeah, it's crazy. You can sell ships with it, so you can buy packages. I wish you could buy them individually, but you could buy packages of other ships, sidewinders, all kinds of stuff. And you can also buy packages of modules, and you can sell that to other players. Fleet carriers cannot be destroyed, although they are heavily armed. So don't fire your weapons next to a fleet carrier. They will kill you. But no, they can't be destroyed, thankfully. They do come with a weekly maintenance cost, though. So the base carrier is 5 billion credits, and that's just for the carrier. Then if you want added amenities, those each cost separate. And then they also have a weekly maintenance fee, or like a salary almost. So it's really hard to make money with a carrier. It's really something that wasn't designed to make money, although depending on where you can put it, you could probably make some money with it. But for the most part, it's pretty hard. So like the weekly upkeep on mine is 11 million credits. I gotta come up with 11 million credits every week to keep it from decommissioning itself. And once it decommissions itself, it moves it back into the bubble. You lose control of it, and you get some of that money back, but everything you had on there is gone. The fleet carrier is gone. You get your ships back, but I don't think you get your like cargo back. So if you buy one, make sure you have the money to support it, because that's going to be whether you're playing the game or not. So if you go on vacation for a month, it's still billing you, billing your character for that. Thankfully, you can load up the carrier. The carrier has its own bank, so you can load up the carrier with tons of money, and it'll just take from there. That's what I've done. But I would say if you're gonna get a carrier, raise about 7 to 8 billion. And don't just buy it when you have 5 billion, because it's going to be a real issue. You're going to be strapped for cash if you do that. So I would raise about 8 billion and then buy it, and then you have about $1 billion to play with after you buy your modules and stuff that go in there. Yeah, that's a late game thing. Because 5 billion credits isn't easy to come by. So it would probably take you, if you played every day and were pretty good at saving your money, it'd probably take about 6 months to a year to raise that. Although you could do it way faster if you get into mining. So if you build yourself a good mining ship, I was able. This is before they nerfed the prices, though. There's a few mineable elements that are worth a lot of credits, like 600,000 per ton. Those used to be worth more. They used to be worth almost 2 million a ton. And so there was one weekend where I spent the entire weekend mining, and I raised about $3 billion in that one weekend, or 3 billion credits in that one weekend, and was able to buy my fleet carrier from that. Mining is not as lucrative as it used to be, but it's still probably the quickest way to make a crap ton of money. Although pirating, or not pirating, but bounty hunting is pretty good now too. So, and it's more fun. Mining can get really boring. So, anyway, let's go back. Uh-oh, fuel reserves at 50. That's okay. That'll be done pretty soon anyway. Yeah, so fleet carriers, you can land on them to refuel, to repair, buy limpets if you need limpets. And so they're pretty handy for that, especially if you're out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, once you can get one, they're a lot of fun. And pretty soon they're going to be adding interiors to those too, which is exciting. Because right now they don't have interiors. Nope. Darn. Nothing here that I can get. This is a pretty rough surface. Those signals go. Let's see. perfect landing as usual. Nope, nope. Nope. Ah. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna call my ship back and then go get something to eat. So I'm hungry, but we found some pretty good tungsten. Just gonna find a nice flat area and call my ship back. Maybe out this way. This might be good enough. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, actually, disembark. I don't know if I got my first footfall here yet. Bon appetit. Thank you. Alright, good. I'm glad I got out. Alrighties. Call this guy back. While that's happening. Go see who to raid into. All I see is board game people. So I think I might raid into somebody doing a board game. Somebody I haven't raided for a while. Brain in a Jar. That's who we're gonna go take a look at. Her and her husband play board games, and it's pretty sweet. Ooh, wow, there's a Portal-inspired Geico commercial, apparently. I've never seen that. Anyway, as soon as this commercial's done, I'll hit raid. Brain in a Jar. So, thanks again for joining me. I should be back. I might do a stream tomorrow just because I have the day off. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in the United States, where we recognize him and his contribution and also recognize how far we have come and how far we have yet to go. But thank you for joining me today, and as always, fly dangerously in 07. And we're gonna raid Brain in a Jar and see what she and her husband are up to. Should be a slow day for me at work. I'm about to blast off myself. Thanks for the tips. You're welcome, man, anytime. And many of the Elite Dangerous streamers just love giving input. So yeah, a pleasure. 07, fly dangerously, and I'll see you later.
That's
I
that's
just,
cool. I guess.
there's so many things.
Hey, we're
Look
getting
at
raid!
me.
Who's that?
Moonshot
Can you see it?
Studios.
Moonshot Studios. What's going on? Thanks for the raid.
Shout out. What was Moonshot Studios up to? Let's see. Elite Danger. Oh my God, he loves Elite Dangerous.
Oh, I was. I was.
I know Moonshot Studios. We've raided into them before. They play Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous was my second most VR game. I would sit there for like 12
I
hours.
don't know how he plays this game.
In VR?
No offense to
Oh,
anybody
man.
who likes Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous,
but
piloting through the system with my mega super. I can't remember my Thrustmaster.
if you don't know, this is
super
VR.
thing.
You get into your ship and you fly places.
Yes. It's all you do in Elite
And-
Dangerous.
and you
get
actually
into
can
your
crash.
ship. They can attest to that. Tell Casey that's what you do. You get into your ship and you fly places.
Literally. And it takes forever.
I could just sit there and mine asteroids in VR for 10 hours. So good.
Oh my god, I remember. I bought him this like super like fancy
So I had an
setup.
old Thrustmaster, like the inexpensive one. She bought me the
For
Thrustmaster
Christmas, yeah.
TCM 1001, whatever, and it was designed specifically for Elite Dangerous.
insane.
And yeah, oof, man, I kind of want to get my VR. It's right up there.
Set up.
It's right there. I can grab it with my fingers.
April Marie had said though that your confidence was 10 out of 10 if you missed that. So
Joe Sonda, Elite
There you
Dangerous is
go.
like a road trip where you crash a lot going slow. That's one way to describe it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. I
Oh
guess.
man.
Oh my.
Like there was
goodness.
nothing like landing my and then when when Horizons came out, like landing my ship and then fiddling with all the buttons because you don't get up. Like, well, I guess now because they have a third person. Fuck, I don't know. I haven't played in a while, but landing your thing and then getting into your moon rover and just going for a drive and trying
Also,
to scout out
Raiders.
the moons.
I'm Brayden Ajar. This is Johnny Deathhawk. We're doing a giveaway today, and the giveaway is if you're following us,
If
just
you're
make sure you're
following
following
us,
us,
make sure
and
you're
you do
following us.
exclamation point blink.
Blink.
And you can win a copy of Anachrony. Let's
Yep.
show off what you would win.
Anachrony.
Look at this setup, y'all. We're pretty high up today, so this is literally taking up from the bottom of our board game table to the top. And this,
Yes.
and we spent all of our hard-earned tax returns
Yeah.
on this board
The
game
awesome,
table.
yeah, the awesome thing
And
for
to get something big, and it
because
still
it could,
takes
because
up.
our old big table could not house
Oh, no,
Anachrony.
no, 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 no.
It could like
We needed two
house
tables.
3/4 of it,